Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome back to Fallout 4 Survival Mode. Would you just look at that view? So last time we made our way into the glowing sea and met up with Virgil, who set us on a hunt for an Institute courser in order to get the chip in its brain that would allow us access to the Institute. So our next job is to head over to Railroad HQ and get that chip decoded. So as always, if you like what you see, do hit that big red button. Let's get stuck in. Okay then, so we've made our way down through the railroad escape tunnel into the HQ. So,
we're all the synths got.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Des apparently.
I have a report here. It reads more like a comic book. Apparently, one hell of a fight took place at Green Tech Genetics.
You got that report fast.
You people are damn nosy.
Nosy keeps us and you alive. I'm all for one less courser in the world, but I need to know why you killed him.
Yeah.
That's my business. I just need the code off this courser chip.
You have one of their chips intact?
Yes.
Follow me now. Decoding a
Don't be
courser
telling
chip
me
is
what
a
to
very
do.
delicate operation. A million things can go wrong. The least of which is losing the data. Fortunately, we have the right man for the job.
Hey, Dad. You need something?
Tom, we got a courser chip.
Whoa! For real? Oh, man, it's been ages!
You've hit the jackpot with this. Hand over the chip. Let's see what's on it.
What can we get off the courser chip?
Those chips have more than just codes on them. Everything from how it's made to what it's made from tells us something about our enemy. One minor detail could mean the difference between life and death for our agents and the synths we're trying to save. Now hand it over and let's get it analyzed.
No. I'll hold on to it for now.
When you're ready, let us know. The information on that chip could save a lot of lives.
Yeah, I had a feeling that
Desdemona.
goes.
Ready to hand over that chip, Agent? Let's see if we can get that code you need and help out the organization at the same time.
Yeah, not that bothered about helping you out right now.
Here you go.
All right, Tom, make it happen.
All right, little courser chip. Let's have the circuit analyzer take a crack at you.
Don't fuck it up.
We're in. Chip accessed. Just poke the analog connectors a little. What? Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Memory hiccup. Here it comes. Encryption algorithms. All right, we're still running.
Up there, assume you're being watched.
Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher. This is gonna be... Come on, baby. Show me that pattern. Where is it? Wait, they're using the same logarithmic function as the key generator. Oh man, we got lucky.
Shut his sod.
Got you, you institute bastard. I got you. Solve for N. Come on. Show me that sweet bass number. Come on, baby. And we got it. We got the code. Let me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Winner, winner.
I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, Des.
And Agent, I hope that helps you as much as you've helped us. Good work.
I was power napping and whammo, it hit me. Got some ideas on how to kit out Deliverer. Make your super badass gun even more, well, more. So check out my stock.
Yeah, see what you got.
Show me what you got.
I will set you up, my friend.
Okay, well, drop some poundage anyway. So, back to Virgil apparently, which was not quite what I was expecting,
Need
but,
something?
you know.
Bet you never met a synth before glory.
Where's the door?
We've got a lot of synths in play right now. Makes things really dangerous.
Right then.
Hey, at least it's honest work.
That
Stick
was
to the
minorly
roads.
alarming.
You got a better chance of surviving.
Quite sure what you're doing here. Anyway. Hell knows where the vertebrate's gonna land, but... Okay. I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to be relatively pointless, but you never know. Hungry, Virgil?
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed to get what you need?
It would have been nice if I hadn't had to come all the way back into the glowing sea after I did, but...
Do you have anything for me?
I'll take that as a yes. Can't say I'm too surprised. You did get rid of Kellogg after all.
Oh,
Not
yes.
too much of a leap to take down a courser. How'd you manage to get it decoded?
None of your damn business.
Fine. Forget I asked. Doesn't
Oh, well.
matter anyway. You're not the only one who's been busy. I did the best I could. From memory and things I've overheard through the years. Came up with some schematics for you. Wasn't easy. These hands are ridiculous. Fine motor skills have gone to shit. Here's the simple explanation. You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers, and send you instead. You know the craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area of expertise. I was bioscience, not engineering or advanced systems or anything.
That's somewhat alarming.
Bioscience? Advanced systems?
Divisions within the Institute. Specialized groups working on various projects. It'll make sense later. But if you can build this device and make use of that code, you should be able to override the signal from the Institute's relay. Can you? I mean, can you build it? You have people that can help. This is a lot for one person, even you.
I think it can be done.
Have I given you reason to doubt me?
No. But do you realize how critical this is for both of us? And don't you forget our agreement. I've helped you as best I can. If you make it in there, you find that serum. It's my only hope for ever being normal. So you find it. Now go on. Take these and get to work. You do whatever it takes. Call on whoever you know to help you.
Fair enough. Well, he's helped me out, so it seems like the least I can do is return the favour if the opportunity presents itself. So, you can talk to one of various groups, various factions, to build the Signal Interceptor to get into the Institute with, which will be the Brotherhood of Steel, I think, for me. Unfortunately, however, as I've just come from the Pridwin, as I was running low on signal grenades, that's really annoying, because that's where I've got to go back to now. Oh well, I'll save you the epically long journey. We're back on the Pridwin. So, Proctor Ingram we have to go and talk to, I believe. Yep, okay. Thought the quest marker might be handy there, but no, just not, apparently. But she's down this way usually anyway. So, where are you, Ingram?
Remember, we're out here representing the Brotherhood.
Well, you're usually here somewhere.
He's a brilliant tactician and an experienced soldier.
And a bit of a lunatic as well. Ingram, where are you? Oh, okay. Apparently we have to talk to Maxon.
By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded by Paladin Dance's recon team. According to our scribes, the reading indicated a level of technology that only the Institute could achieve. The moment this information came to light, our mission became clear. The Institute, and everyone responsible for the creation of the synths, must be eliminated at all costs. To accomplish this goal, we need to locate the Institute's headquarters. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the Commonwealth, but they've come up empty-handed. The only logical explanation is that they've gone underground. That's where we need your help.
Well, guess what? This is your lucky day. I have a way inside.
The method is useless without the means to make it work. Perhaps we should pool our resources to achieve our common goal. Now, indulge me for a moment by satisfying my curiosity. Tell me why you're so eager to get into the Institute.
Well, I don't entirely trust him. He's useful to me. I'm pro-military, but don't entirely trust his craziness, because, well, he wouldn't. But let's go with the vaguely the truth.
They killed my wife.
The Institute will stop at nothing to further their own ends. Together, we'll make them pay for their crimes. I'll call ahead and brief Proctor Ingram. Report to the airport, and get to work on your project right away.
Okay. That was slightly more convoluted than I thought it was going to be. Okay. And so where's Ingram?
Oh god. Mole rat on a stick was a really bad idea. Excuse me.
Off that way somewhere, apparently. Oh, here we go. Ah, there she is.
Just fixed a few power armor mods and gave them to Tegan. You might want to check them out.
I'm alright, thanks.
Elder Maxon said you'd help me build the Signal Interceptor.
So, looks like you're calling the shots around here now, huh? Alright, I'll bite. What does your new miracle device do?
You're supposed to be the expert. All I have are these plans.
Alright, tough guy. Let me take a look. Molecular transmission via encrypted RF waves? Okay, even I have to admit, that's genius. This explains why we've been picking up anomalous energy readings all across the Commonwealth. Not to mention how they get their tin soldiers to come out of the damn walls. And this little beauty allows you to literally hijack a return signal. Instead of grabbing the intended target, it grabs you instead. Impressive.
Oh, I get it. That's interesting. So, we wait for them essentially to try and bring a synth in, hijack their signal, and jump in ourselves instead. Okay, that's quite cool.
How can you admire them? They're a bunch of murderers.
Whoa, slow down there. I want to see a huge smoking crater where the Institute used to be just as much as you do. But we have to take it one step at a time. It's difficult to make out all the details here, but I'm thinking you can get started by building a stabilized reflector platform. It's going to take a cargo hold full of high-grade metal, but I'm sure that we have plenty of it right here at the airport.
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Of course. Here's a list of everything you need to find. You're also going to need a massive power source to get the Signal Interceptor running.
I'm sure we can manage that. So, as I had a fair idea this was coming up, there is basically a plan in mind. Which I'm going to just check that marker in just a moment, but this is basically my plan. This shiny little area right here. I'm going to use the airport as our settlement for building that. Which I think I'll do off camera because I can't just slap it down. That would not be very me. Okay then. Let's have a look at what I've built. So it's fairly bare bones, but I may come back at some point and finish this off. We'll see how I feel. It's not really a settlement building save, this one. Got some walls up, just plug those gaps with, and here's a Signal Interceptor. I actually quite like the carpet down there, so I've left that in. Got Maxon wandering around, and Proctor Ingram's here somewhere as well, up behind the relay dish there. Not quite sure how she got up there, but anyway. So the platform it's sat on is a catwalk from the Pridwin, funnily enough. It's added by unlocked settlement objects, and most of the other bits and pieces are modded as well. We have a little control room. See out, see what's going on. And our generator is around the back. There, I ended up having to use a Volt one. I was going to use a Fusion Core one, but as I don't have a science skill on this particular character, I had to use something added by the mods, which this actually is. You can get it through DLC, obviously, but again, that requires science skill, which this character doesn't have. There we go. Little generator area. A few Brotherhood of Steel flags, because you know. So, apparently I have to go and talk to Maxim. But I haven't actually switched it on just yet.
I'm occupied at the moment. We'll speak later.
Okay, maybe I don't have to talk to Maxim. So, should we turn it all on? Let's see very much in there. There we go. If anybody's watched the film The Prestige, it's Hugh Jackman in it and Christian Bale. This will look uncannily familiar.
Remarkable work, Knight. The Signal Interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
Absolutely not.
You sure Ingram knows what she's doing?
Proctor Ingram's managed to keep a 40,000-ton airship aloft for the past 5 years. I'd say that earns her the benefit of the doubt. That being said,
okay with that.
This is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
Nothing's gonna stop me when I'm so close to the answers I'm looking for.
Eager to get inside, huh? Good. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact, so it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
By recruiting, you mean they forced her to join?
Being at war leaves little room for compassion. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
She was a valuable resource. It was a mistake to let her leave.
Agreed. I wish our predecessors would have had your foresight. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on, and it needs her attention.
What's this project that needs her attention?
Sorry, that information is classified. I'm sure you understand. Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute blind. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck.
There we go. So that's a little side quest that we're going to pick up in the Institute in just a moment. Now I'm going to have to try and get Proctor Ingram down from there somehow.
Proctor Ingram.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the Signal Interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Shouldn't we test it first?
Not with a single frequency code. The second you arrive and the Institute figures out which signal we hijacked, they'll change the code, and we're locked out. This is a one-shot deal. So what do you say? You ready to give it a try?
This should be interesting.
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform, and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto.
Not quite sure how she's going to do it if she's
Pull
intent on
yourself
staying
together
there.
and get up onto that platform.
Here we go.
Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
We shouldn't see if they want to use this thing I built, but you know. Everything we've been working towards, here it is. Boom. Here we go. We're in the Institute. Whoa. That went well so far. So we'll start with that. I think that's nearby. That's a good start. Oh, I see. That one. Still got the Robco logo. Nice. Strange that there's nobody around to greet me.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Wow. We're officially in Act 3. So I'm assuming this is the lift. This is nuts. Whoa. It's doing it on its own. I don't like that very much.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us.
Nothing
I'd like
good.
to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
I doubt it.
Welcome to the Institute.
You gotta admit, that's pretty damn impressive.
This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason.
Oh yeah.
You are here for your son.
Okay. It's a disturbing looking shed.
Xion?
Oh my.
Huh? Yes, I'm Xion.
Xion? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Xion, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Xion, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Xion. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Well, that did not go well.
Xion. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind.
Better
I
be
recognize that you
good
are
explosion.
emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
I could kill you. Right here. Right now.
Yes. Yes, you could. And I would be powerless to stop you.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Xion. I am your son.
Bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being, walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course, but it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you. I know you must have questions.
Oh, yeah.
Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Yeah, just a couple of questions.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Don't think I'm going to go through the speech check. I'm not really the appropriate response.
Collateral damage? She was murdered.
Killed? Yes. Murdered? I'm not so sure about that. Still, I do regret never having known her. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
I'd like to know how he lived so long.
He was a murderer. He killed your mother.
Believe me, I am well aware of the atrocities Kellogg committed. I suspect there are many more we'll never know of. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge.
So, he deliberately arranged for Kellogg to wind up in my path, so that I could take him out. That's interesting. Curious to know how he thought I would have the skill to do that. I suppose he must have known about the military background. Well, that's interesting. I'd like a bit more
I
on
hope you're not too overwhelmed.
On how Kellogg lives along. The Institute technology does fairly cover it.
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent
Acting?
decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Not particularly, no. This is still the place that the organisation that kidnapped his son killed his wife. I'm still not letting that go.
I won't be a part of this. I can't.
Why?
Especially given what they've done.
Because of the reputation of the Institute. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Your Institute has done some horrible things.
Yes, well, the world is not what it used to be. What about the people you've hated in order to get here? What atrocities have they committed? The Brotherhood of Steel. They believe they're the only ones fit to control technology and destroy anyone who opposes them. And you would side with them. None have any true claim to nobility in this world. Those days are gone. But we are not the monsters we have been cast as. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Well, I don't believe a word of it. But I do also want to know what the hell they're up to.
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the Institute a chance. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Well, that is very, very interesting. So obviously I was more or less aware that Father turns out to be Xion. Or at least claims to be, anyway. But it doesn't, despite knowing that, it doesn't really take away from the revelation, really. It's still quite fascinating. Really quite remarkable. Their mindset's kind of intriguing. Which I'd never really thought it would be, so that's quite... yeah. Raised some interesting questions. Still think I stand by the opinion that this character is going to hold them responsible for the death of his wife and the kidnap of his son, understandably.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Gen 2, then.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
The Institute is my life. I hope it'll be yours too.
Doctor.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
Toss up between avenge my wife and find my son. Let's go with find my son, because I don't think I want to be quite so open in here about my desire to slaughter them all.
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Xion implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
She thinks she's still going to be around in 100 years. That implies some interesting things about what they're doing to their people.
So, here you are. Justin Ao, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
I guess we'll find out.
Indeed. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
So basically, you're the secret police.
Secret police? If that's a pre-war reference, then I'm afraid it's lost on me. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Let's go with combat experience that fits the
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'd like to know more about the synth reclamation process.
Fine. Once a Courser has located a rogue synth, it uses that synth's recall code to wipe its memories and render it inert. We then begin the delicate process of restoring the neural pathways to their original configuration. In those cases where the procedure is successful, the synth returns to duty with no memory of its time on the surface. All too often, we're unable to repair the damage and are forced to dispose of the unit entirely.
So, if they can't wipe the memory and get them to do what they want, they just kill them. Can't they?
Justin.
What do you want? And please, make it quick.
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who are you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
Zimmer, there's a name I remember. Crops up in Fallout 3. So let's go find Advanced Systems next, because that's where Dr. Lee is, and I've got a second assignment there from the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm given to understand if this goes belly up, then there's a plan
She's been at
B.
it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
So she's just shooting a wall because why not? Okay, fair enough, I get that. Particularly is apparently through here.
Well, that was productive.
Because she must be under Institute technology as well, because she doesn't seem to have aged much in the, last 20 years. Come on.
Dr. Lee.
Oh, it's you. Where are you going?
Get chatty.
I thought you wanted to talk.
I do, you're just not talking.
Oh, it's you.
There we go.
You're not authorized to be here.
Yes, I am.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Me? Why?
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
Makes you think I'm here to kill you?
If I wanted to kill you, we wouldn't be talking.
That's a fair point. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
So I can stand here and... Yeah, let's go with the speech check, because just bad-mouthing them doesn't seem practical.
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family. I'm not. I can't just take your word for it. I need more than that.
The Brotherhood has always been straight with you.
I am getting a bit tired of all the secrets around here. Sometimes I feel like Father isn't being straight with me. Like there are things I'm not supposed to know about. I don't like that.
Seems likely.
But still, how can I turn my back on all of this?
I don't think I'm going to be passing that. Just give it a shot, because I don't see an alternative.
Your work could be instrumental in freeing the Commonwealth.
You're wasting your breath. I'm a scientist, not a soldier. The Brotherhood desired my creations in order to destroy, to take control. I'm not interested in returning to that way of life.
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions. If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood and consider your offer. Do we have a deal?
I know this may come as a shock, but Dr. Virgil is still alive. I met him myself.
Oh, please. Do you really think a cheap tactic like that is going to work on someone like me? Stop trying to avoid the legwork by lying. Either you get me the evidence, or we have nothing else to talk about. Deal?
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's lab was in the Biosciences Division. I can give you a code that will get you into the section, but the lab itself has been sealed, so you'll have to breach it on your own. I'd tell you to be quiet about it, but your Brotherhood and discretion isn't exactly your strong suit. And finally, if you get caught, we never had this conversation. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
That should be handy.
A courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Speaking of, I trust our discussion will remain between the two of us. Now, I need to get back to work, and I'm sure you have other things to do.
She's not the most open-minded in the world. Obviously doesn't trust her own suspicions that much. But asking for evidence is smart.
It's great to have you here.
Strange. Curious might be a better word.
Doc, welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine.
We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
What?
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know, but it's also a rare and important opportunity. No need to rush to judgment. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I'm good
We'll
for
leave
now.
that one there.
Take care, then.
Cool, so that's basically that. We've got another level. And Father's got a quest for us. So those are the synth gorillas,
project is showing promising results.
You know, they created synth birds as well to basically spy on everybody. I'm guessing that's not the way I need to go. This place is a bit of a maze. Okay, so it's the FEV lab. That's Virgil said his office was. Before we push on, we figure out what's next. Alright, so I think the plan, especially now we've achieved main levelling, is to move up the intelligence tree a little bit. Starting with gun nut as our first target, so we'll grab another point in intelligence. So next time I can start levelling up my ability to improve my weapons myself. Well, so it looks like there was some kind of accident, doesn't it? There's a Tesla, right? Can't get through there, so I'll just have to take a risk here, shall I? And go over that synth. Gotcha. Serve you. Come on, come on, come on, hit it already before it goes off. Thank you. Yeah, that was reasonably easy. FEV lab, and there's a food cupboard right there. That doesn't really sound like a good thing. That didn't sound good either. So, novice terminal it is.
Sweet.
Gotcha. So, that's the turret shut down. Still sounds like a robot. Because it is a robot. Goodbye. Oh crap. That's not just any robot either, is it? Oh, whoa, 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 no, 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 no.
Engaging.
Oh crap. That really did not go according to plan. Let's try this. Hopefully at least that'll take your head laser out, assuming you've got one. Yeah, not having a signal grenade would have been a good call.
Engaging target.
Oh! Oh my. Okay then, let's try this again, shall we? Creepily bright eyes. I find that interesting, don't you? Much more tidy. Right, let's try this a little bit more carefully this time. Oh, just an ordinary Soltron this time. Well, it makes life a lot easier. Way easier. No legendary Soltron Dominator this time. I heard something moving then. It did, I'm sure it did. Yeah, definitely did. Come on, come on, quick, before I get shot in the back. There we go.
Won't be able to pick this.
Doesn't look like I'm missing much anyway. Well, this side. Yep. Well, crap. My turn. That'll teach you. Ha! Well. So, lots of kids' toys and the body of a super mutant. Makes me think they're experimenting on children in here. I do not like the sound of that. Okay. Push on then. Well, that's an FEV lab if ever I saw one. It does look like something went very badly wrong. Given that Virgil's turned into a super mutant, it looks rather like this was where it happened. So we've got a couple of super mutants in tanks, and a smashed one with a chair in it. So yeah, my guess is this is where he got turned himself into something to that effect, a super mutant, and then escaped from. Although how he escaped is an interesting question. Still. Oh, there we go, serum. That's what we wanted for Virgil. So that should cure him, hopefully. And what have we here? That'll be the evidence we need. Awesome. So, let's get a wriggle on and head back to Dr. Lee. Okay. Hello, Dr. Lee.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
Took you long enough to find that evidence. Let me see what you've got.
Yeah, she was fairly miserable in Fallout 3, if I remember rightly.
This wasn't easy to find.
Is that supposed to make me feel bad? Just give me what you found.
It's not meant to make you feel bad. Just wanted you to know how hard it was.
I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me.
They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
Yeah, short version in case you couldn't quite catch that. Virgil got very upset over what they were asking him to do, experimenting on people with FEV. Insisted that they stop the experiments. They refused and told him to carry on, and he sabotaged the whole lab as a result, so that he could put an end to it.
What's your problem? You gonna say?
No matter how badly it hurts, you needed to hear the truth.
And for that, I thank you. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood, from the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way they still do. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my work. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
Wow. Don't know what she's working on. We'll be able to find out. But I should imagine it's something we don't want them to have, so if you'd kindly sabotage it.
This is day
I'll be
8
along
of
soon.
Trial 6.
Just tell
The
whoever's...
last week has been very productive but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Xion. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
Yes. Experiments on synth Xion, that's, yeah, disturbing. Well then, ladies and gents, I think that makes a good point to wrap up this little episode. So thank you very much for watching as always. If you enjoyed, do hit those buttons for me, it's always very much appreciated. This has been quite the eye-opener for me on my first trip to the Institute. If you'd like to keep up to date with everything going on the channel, you can find me on Twitter and Facebook /DarthXionGames, and I will be speaking to you very, very soon. Thank you very much.